Nazara from Nazara's Fine Crafts, and today I'm going to do a tutorial of how I block my crochet goods. If you like these kind of tutorials, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below, as well as hit that notification bell. I have started my February giveaway already, so if you haven't checked that video out, go ahead and I'll put the description or the link below in the description. So all you need for this project is, of course, your project. You're going to need sewing pins. I prefer the ones with the little heads there, because you can see them better with your projects. And then you need some sort of mat that's thick enough to put pins in and soft enough to put pins in. You can also use a towel. So today, and I apologize about the kids always, we are going to block. This is the unicorn Mandala rug that I did in the Mandala yarn in the color Hercules, and it's got most things I don't block, but if you can see it, it's curling up on the edges. If you see it, it's not, let's see if I can do this. Basically the middle's not sitting down flat, so I'm going to go ahead and block this one. So come on and I'll show you exactly how. This is the easiest way for me to do it, but I will give you other options as we go. So let's go ahead, and I hope I don't make you dizzy. Get a small tour of my house. Little one. Little one. So first thing I do is I come over here to the washing machine and I put the rug down in there, and I make sure that it's kind of flat at the bottom. So then I go up here and I make sure this is on rinse and spin only. You don't need to use soap. Some people do, or they use starch. I don't. And then I'm going to put it on extra small and cold. So, and then I'm going to start it this way. Oh, let's go ahead and leave this room so you can hear me. Oops. Okay, so you want to get the whole rug wet. There's different ways you can do this. I do it by the washing machine because it has the spin cycle, and the spin gets as much water out as possible. You want to get it, at the end of it, you want it to be damp, but not soaking wet. You can do this with a steamer. You can do it by hand, where you just dunk it into a tub and then wring out as much water as possible. The thing I don't like about wringing out by hand is you kind of contort the stitches. Yes, you are going to block it and stretch them back out, but why do that extra, have to do that extra work if you don't need to? So the next step that you're going to need is you're going to need some sort of mat or a towel. I'll show you exactly what I have. Hold on. Okay, so now we're outside. It is an overcast day, but it is still pretty sunny, pretty warm. Here in coastal Georgia, it's ridiculous. Shorts and t-shirt weather, right? Anyway, so the next thing that you need is a towel or a mat of some sort. You can get these at Joann's or Michael's. They're called blocking mats, but they usually come in like a 12 by 12 little squares, maybe 4 of them. So you only get a 2 foot by 2 foot. You get this much space. I can't do that with rugs. So I went to Walmart and I found these. These are those like gym mats, the foam gym mats, and these are 2 foot by 24 inch by 24 inch squares, and I've got 4 of them. So I've got a pretty big space to block something, and I can alter the pattern so I can be longer or I can be fatter. So of the blocks, the pattern of the blocks to what I need. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together out here. If you have extra space in your house, you can put this in your house, put a fan on it and everything. It will take a little bit longer. I like to use the sun to dry it a little bit faster, but you don't want to take it off of the blocking, off of the mats until it is absolutely dry, and I will reiterate that later on in the video. I think at Walmart these were only like $10 or $15. You want to make sure that if they get wet, they're not going to get moldy, or they get ruined, or the dye off of them is going to come off onto your project. So these are really good because they are wet resistant. So let's go ahead and put this together. Something else I like about these is you can break them down into the 4, and they fit behind like a bookcase or a dresser, so they don't have to stay out. And my son can come out here and play in the grass and play on these too. You want to make sure this surface is clean though when you're putting a project on there, and you want to make sure these are soft so that we can use our pins. So you're going to need the little sewing pins. I prefer the ones with the bright colored heads because they're easier to find. You don't want to leave a pin in there and have a project, somebody trying on a project or stepping on a project. So now we're just going to go wait on the washing machine to finish its cycle, and then I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so you know that hole, it's not going to rain even though it's overcast. It's raining, so we get to do all of this inside. So we're going back this way. Let's go ahead. That goes shut. There is a dog in here now because it's raining, but go in here. Go ahead and pull out. Hi, Jake. And we're going to the craft room. So my craft room will be off limits for the rest of the day because it's taking up all my floor space. Goodness. Alright. So this rug is damp, but it's not wet. Like I said, make sure it's right side up. Got my pins. So if you don't have these mats, like I said, you can go get them, or I've seen people even do it on towels. They just fold up their towels and lay them down. I don't know how well that works. I've never tried it. But you go ahead and take a pin and you put it right there in the center. That's going to be your anchoring pin. If you need to, you can put a few more. And then you just kind of pull it out and then pin it. Pull it out in the same area, same row. And you're going to pin it around that same row all the way around, but you're going to pull it just a bit. And you want to make sure you set that pin at the upper part of it so that it blocks it from sliding. Because if you put the pin further in, then your rug's just going to slide more. So you do it every few inches as you feel that you need to do it. I usually do it about maybe 4 to 6 inches apart, so that it has enough to hold it, but not enough to have to search for thousands of pins. Because if you notice, they're kind of blending in. So, alright, so I've done this row. So I'm going to go probably about another 4 or 5 inches back. Start pinning it here as well. Same distance. So you see how it's wrinkled here, but it's flattening out where I've already pinned it. So and you want to just pull on it gently as you're pinning it. If it does bounce back a little bit, that's fine. You just want it to hold as much as possible with those pins. So what this is doing is it's resetting your chains so that they sit flat. As you pull on them, have you ever had a pillow that you had to kind of crinkle up and pull at, tug at, kind of push back together as you're going to make it the right shape because you sat on it too long or something like that? This is what that's doing for your rug. It's repositioning your stitches. Alright, and so now I'm going to do it in the outside. And I want these little eyelets here to kind of open up a little bit, so I'm going to pull those out as I'm going around here. Another thing is make sure you're not pushing the pin all the way down to the mat. If you do, it won't hold your crochet work because it's like a nail. You're hanging your crochet work on it. So don't push it all the way through. As well as if you have like wood flooring and stuff like that, you don't want to scratch it up. I don't think it'd do much damage, but still, better be safe than sorry, right? All the way around. I'll meet you at the end when I'm done with this. I'm going to set up a fan inside and let it dry, and I will see you when it's all dry. Okay, so it's been drying for a while with the fan on it, and it feels dry to the touch. So now we're going to go ahead and pull out our pins. So I start on the outside. Now, if you're pulling out the pins and it looks like it's just wrinkling back up again, go ahead and put those pins back in there and let them dry for a little bit longer. Or let the rug dry for a little bit longer. And then if you do it again after that and it still curls up, you may have to re-wet it and try it again. And then a good way to find the pins is if you just run your hands flat along it while you're going. You should be able to feel them if you can't see them. And then it should move freely, at least where there's no pins. All right, so there we are. So, here we go with, so now my edges are scalloped out a bit better. I should be able to just pick it up and lay it back flat, and it should go flat. And that's how I block my rugs when I do it. So this one turned out very nicely. Alright, so if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more tutorials like this. And we'll see you later. Bye!